Welcome, my friends. This morning we're going to make an American style omelet. So I'm going to have a 2-egg omelet. I'm going to put a little onion, ham, and some cheddar cheese on it. Now, to get everything going, I like to mix up my eggs in a bowl with a fork. You know, I learned this long ago when I was like 10 or 12 years old watching PBS and Jacques Pepin, and he would show you exactly how to do it. If you have a lot of eggs, yeah, it might be good to use a whisk, but I find a whisk for this few eggs just takes too much time and it doesn't work as well. So I also like to put in a little bit of thyme. The spiced thyme goes really well with eggs. So just a pinch, really. Add a pinch of salt. Now some people argued that, oh, putting salt in your eggs makes them tough. I haven't really seen much of a difference, and I gotta say, it just makes it much easier. And a little bit of pepper. So now that we got that together, now the technique here is to go all the way to one side, put your fork all the way to the bottom, scrape across the bottom, lift it up, and carry it over. And you just keep doing that over and over. And then as you do that, you start to spin the bowl. So you can incorporate all the eggs and get everything really well mixed up. So just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I also like to go the other way sometimes, just to get a really well mixed omelet. Okay, there you go. Now you can see the eggs are nicely mixed and we're ready to cook. Okay, now we're ready to cook. So first thing, get a non-stick pan. Turn the heat on. I like to turn the heat to about medium-high. Now you want to heat your pan up first. You always want to heat your pan up first, then put in your oil or your fat, then start to cook. Now one of the things I love about an omelet, it's my favorite breakfast. And it's also a great fancy savage food because you can put anything in an omelet. You got leftovers from last night, throw them in an omelet. You want to throw it on a paper plate, take it with you. Also, you can make them as fancy as you could ever imagine. You could get the best ingredients perfectly paired together to make the most wonderful omelet you've ever tasted in your life. Have it on white tablecloth. So you can do all of this. Not to mention, people are impressed when you can make an omelet. So we're letting that warm up. Now, as I do the omelet, I like to use a neutral kind of flavorless oil. So what I'm going to use today is avocado oil. You could also use butter if you want to get the butter flavor in there. The other thing about an omelet is it's perfect breakfast food. It only takes a few minutes. And it's the kind of thing that I think everyone needs to know how to make. If you have intimate guests and they're staying over the night, the least thing you can do is make them breakfast in the morning. And if you make someone an omelet, that's going to be impressive and a good way to keep them coming back. So, as you can see, I hold my hand over here to try to get a sense of what the heat of the pan is. That just takes some practice. Now that we've got it warmed up, we're going to add some oil. I'm going to swirl the oil all around. And what we're looking for is, we're looking for the oil to start shimmering. We don't want it to be so blazing hot that it's smoking. We just want it to be shimmering a little bit. Now, I'm going to add some onion. Add some ham. I also like to use a high heat silicone spatula. Now my favorite spatulas are the design like this. They're all one piece, so there's no cracks and crevices for food to get stuck in. They're much easier to clean. Now the omelet's the kind of thing that with just a little bit of practice, you can be making these really, really quick. You can bust them out. It's a great quick breakfast, bit of protein. Now we got everything nicely browned, and we're gonna add our eggs. Do that. So for the American style omelet, you can see you get it all over on the pan. You just start moving the eggs around, tilt your pan so that the uncooked eggs runs onto the pan and gets cooked. So it's really a very simple process. Takes almost no time. You just want, with the American style, you know, Americans like their eggs quite a bit firmer. So that's what we're doing. We're just firming everything up. Now we're going to add the cheddar cheese. And again, same thing with this. Fancy Savage food. You can have the fanciest cheese, the most basic cheddar that you got in a shredded bag. Either way works great. Now, we'll run around the edge here. And as you can see, the omelet's moving. Now it's loose. It's ready to go. The next step is you grab the pan upside down. It seems kind of weird at first, but the reason is that you can shift the omelet to the edge of the pan so that it hangs out a little bit. Then you fold that part back in. Then you start at the top and you fold down. And you basically kind of roll it up and flip it out onto your plate. Use your spatula to kind of get it organized. Now, we've got a beautiful, delicious omelet. Give this to someone, that'll show you that you love them.